Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
Okay, it's just the two of us today because it is the Monday after our inaugural season opening game in Vancouver.
Wow.
I just want to take a deep breath.
Yeah. Smell the coffee.
Smell the coffee. Yeah.
Cool the soup.
Cool the. That's right. That's what we tell the kids. That's the earnest breathing exercise. Smell the coffee, cool the soup. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna do I think we're gonna do a full day recap, not just a game recap, because there was a lot, guys.
Day.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a big day. So we're gonna do a full day recap. It's actually Saturday afternoon, evening-ish here.
Day after our game.
Yeah, the day after the game. So we have stats pulled up, guys. Like we're for real now. We just watched game highlights. Like I'm like, oh man, we're a real sports podcast now. We haven't had all of this to do until right now. So
No, this
guys,
is our first recap.
this is our first game day,
Very first game
first game day.
recap.
Yeah, game one. Gonna take a sip of coffee. Today's been a rough day, but that's me. That has nothing to do with our team. Our team is amazing. Okay. So let's just start with yesterday. We got up early because we always get up early, like the, old people we are.
To bed early.
Yeah, to bed early and up early, except for last night. We got to bed very, very late. But
gosh, it was so late.
it was really late. So I actually had to work a little bit in the morning, but then we hussied up, not hussied up. That I meant to say hurried up. That was Freudian. Maybe I got a little hussied up. I put on a full face of makeup.
She made herself
I
beautiful.
did. I made myself beautiful. Not that I'm not normally beautiful. I just like to put on makeup sometimes. Yeah, we hurried up to the Kraken Community Iceplex, which is so this and just FYI, this episode is going to be full of shout outs because we have so many people to shout out to. So the first shout out is going to be to Women's Pro Hockey Seattle and Alicia and Rachel and everybody who helped, and even Zoe. Like Zoe, I know you weren't there, but in spirit you were there.
Your feeling was all over.
Absolutely. Just for organizing a bus. So we ended up with 49 people, almost 50 people that rode up on like a bus up to Vancouver all together. So we met up at the Kraken Community Iceplex.
Got
So
a new sweatshirt.
yeah. And so the what is her name? Oh, was her name Sadie?
I think so.
The whoever that does the torrent merchandising. I'm sorry, my apologies. I'm forgetting your name. I'm almost 100% positive it's Sadie, but set up a pop-up shop out of her trunk, and it was really funny because Alicia was like, "No, she's legitimately selling merch out of her trunk." But you could pre-order torrent merch if you wanted to get that day. And I was actually like, "Oh, if they have anything extra, maybe I'll buy a beanie or something." Nope, she brought no extra, so. I did not get a beanie, but that's okay. Well, I'll get a beanie eventually. So yeah, so
We got our seats on the bus.
yeah, so okay.
Met a couple people.
Yeah, met some people.
Yeah.
Met Sarah and Brand, who were our shout out, Sarah and Brand, who are our giveaway winners.
Yeah.
And so everybody got on the bus and then we got situated and headed up there. And that was actually very uneventful. It was a very uneventful bus ride. It was great. Getting across the border was super easy. Shout out to our bus driver,
Rodney.
Yeah, for getting us across the border so easily. So that was a really easy, seamless experience. So one of the things that happened on the bus that was not happening on the bus, but we found out about it on the bus.
Core memory.
Yes, this is definitely a core memory. Was we have a group chat with we call it the West Coast Best Coast crew. And so it's the creators that are doing, Vancouver and we've talked about it, but Cameron, Average Joe Sports Network, Primary Tenant, PWHL Source, Avery, which I think he's changing his name to PWHL Hockey Buzz. Anyway, but he's on there, and then Brian, Clink. Brian is on there, and Ava, 365 Hockey Girl. So anyway, this is our West Coast, Best Coast crew. And Jocks and Jills dropped an episode yesterday, a season
They were at
preview.
the arena.
They were at the arena. They recorded at in Vancouver, and they dropped an episode yesterday, just doing a season preview of all the teams. And it was a 2 hour and 20 minute episode, guys. And so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I watched it, because I was on a bus on the way to Vancouver and I had work that morning, so I had not seen any of it. And Brian,
And yeah,
yeah,
Brian.
popped in our group chat. You guys got a shout out at minute or hour two, minute
2:18.
12. No,
12.
2:12. And I was like, in my mind, I kind of like, I scrolled past it. I was like, oh, they probably just said Seattle podcast, like whatever. Like, I was like, oh, that's really sweet. Like, we've had some interactions with them. So it's not like, I mean, I know that they probably know that we exist, but like, I wasn't really even thinking about it. And then I don't even know how that came back around.
I think they shouted out, well, I know that they shouted out Premier Tenant
Yes.
podcast as well.
Yes.
And then they started talking about it, that they shouted out both of us.
Right.
Like, and it just was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I did a double take on it. I was like, what are they talking about? So I was like, okay, let's go look. So
Queued it up.
we
We listened once or
300
well,
times.
47,000 times.
So I'm like, okay, because I just wasn't thinking like they were going to say the name of our podcast. And so I was like, okay, whatever. And so I posted the clip, but it's, the clip is basically like Tessa's like, oh yeah, that Seattle
What's that,
podcast,
Gloves
what's
Off?
that Gloves Off podcast? And Julia, thank you, Julia, like gave the whole name, Gloves Off Seattle. And she's like, yeah, Gloves Off Seattle. And I was like, holy crap, they just said her name on Jocks and Jills 3 times. Anyway, so that was the first epic moment of a hugely epic day that was very amazing. And shout out Primary Tenant. They also got a shout out from Julia because they were shouting out both of us that we were the local podcast, and just they were talking about how awesome the fan community
And that the
is.
fans are coming back, and that it was
That's what they're ready for. They're ready for the
Right.
fans to come back.
and it's and everyone was out in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were pretty pleased as punch on the bus.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty like riding a high when we got to the arena.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you can
Get to the
I've been
arena.
talking a lot, so I'll let Patty
We
talk.
got there early, which was great. Thank you, for leaving early and getting there. And I mean, I am a get there when the doors open kind of person, but we were there even before the doors opened. So we finally got off the bus and we started walking to meet our friends, Primary Tenant Podcast and Brian, who drove separately, and
Avery.
and Avery. And then it just mixed signals. And then we came back. And so we were at this entrance.
Well, yeah, because one of the people that was directing traffic outside that worked for the arena was like, "Oh, if you don't want to wait in a big huge line, there's a shorter
there.
line down the way." And we're like, "Okay, whatever." And we were actually looking for Brian, and Brian was standing in that line. So we're like, because location, and so we're like, "Okay, let's go find Brian."
We did not cut. We just talked and then we went back in line.
So we went down and we found Brian, and it was really funny because that's what I said when we walked up. I'm like, "We're not cutting. We're just saying hi to our friends. We swear we'll go to the back of the line as soon as we're done saying hi," because everybody was there. Avery was there, Primary Tenant was there, and Brian was there. And Primary Tenant is Will and Joy. Like, we can call them by their names, or I like to call them the Terror Twins
Yeah.
because affectionately. So anyway, so we got to say hi to them, for a few minutes, and I even think we took a couple pictures. I don't remember, but then we started walking to the back of the line. Do you want to tell the story? Okay, you tell the story. This is a fun story.
Oh my gosh. So this guy comes up and he's got a plastic bag. He's like, wait, I gotta show you something. I gotta show you. And he starts taking it out the bag. And we're
Well,
like,
the woman he was with had a Seattle sweatshirt on, so I'm like, okay, they're friendly. I'm like, they're friendly.
They're friendly. And I should have seen it because you could tell. I mean, it was Bugs's mom. Okay, Bugs's mom and Bugs's dad. He came out with the big heads, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Bugs's dad. And so we started talking to them, and I'm like, how many heads? How many heads? And he started telling us how they couldn't bring the big ones in because of some crazy 11 by 17 restrictions on signs. And I'm holding my wife's sign.
Yeah, so I made a sign, a huge sign that's behind us. If you're watching, you can see it. But it is, I don't know what it's probably
Board.
it's poster board. It's poster board.
It's definitely bigger than 11
It's
by
poster
17.
board size, and I read a lot of the rules, guys, because I especially like bag policy. We like to, we carry in a couple things. So we like to carry a clear bag, and we know because arenas are all the same. Like, you can only carry a clear bag, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even see the rules about the signs. And so I was like, oh crap, we're not gonna be able to get the sign
And we
in.
don't know where the bus is at this point. So we
Yeah.
just bring it back to the bus. Like I don't know where he went, wherever he went. Rodney, I don't know, where'd you go, Rodney? But so I start talking to security because I mean,
No, no.
after
So this is
talking,
the thing is it was really funny. I was standing in line with some Vancouver fans and we just started chatting and I was like, yep, there goes my wife. I'm like, if anybody can get this sign through, she's going to get this sign through. So go ahead. Cause I didn't hear the exchange. I just saw her up there talking to security.
so now I'm talking to security and I'm like, is this gonna go in? And one guy and the girls who were at the like the handicap spot, they're like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. And there's a security guard behind going, no, no, you can't get it in. I'm like, oh, okay, well, like I don't know where our bus is. There's nothing, I can't take it anywhere. And so the whole security team started huddling and talking. And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well, we'll hold it for you and you can come pick it up. I'm like, come pick it up. That sounds precarious. Like this is my wife's sign. I spent a lot of time on this.
And it was really
Like,
funny because I was like,
did it all.
I know, but I was like, oh, it's okay. Like I can recreate. It's not like it's not recreatable. Like it wasn't, it's
But
three
it's the
lines. Like
sign.
it was a sign. But I was like, if I have to recreate it, I'll recreate it. Like if we have to, I didn't want to trash it, but I'm like, we have to leave it someplace or like we were talking about folding it up or
Fans next to me were like, you could cut it
cut
in
it. Yeah,
fourths
fours.
and then tape it.
No,
Did you bring tape?
that was the other Ava. That was
Oh, okay.
not 365 Hockey
People
Girl,
in the
but
front of
our
the line also
Seattle friend.
suggested
Yeah, our
that too when
Seattle
we were up
fan
there. Yeah.
fan friend Ava. Yeah.
So the security had their whole huddle and they're basically they came to the conclusion that I couldn't take it in. I don't know. But then they left and I'm like, are they coming back to like hold it for me? What's happening? And so I kind of stood up there. I'm like, I don't know. The girls who were running security, Vancouver did a great job. They're going to get better over time.
It was
But
obviously their first rodeo.
yes, yes. And so we eventually
Long
went
story
in.
short, the sign got in, guys.
I walked in and I had my whole sign, I had my whole like phrase ready. I'm like, we talked to the guys. We talked to the guys, which we did. I'm not
We
saying
did.
they told me I couldn't
You
take
guys, we
it.
also took a full bottle of water and like we normally take like an
Empty thing that
empty
we
thing of water
refilled.
and it was full because we hadn't.
It could have been full of vodka
Yeah.
for all they knew
That's
if
why
we drank.
that's why we said it was obvious that we were not bringing anything that we should not be bringing it
No.
in. But I'm just saying it was funny because we got through and I was like, oh, that bottle still has water in it. We didn't dump it out, but
Yeah.
anyway,
TSA agents would have been fired.
yes, we
Never would have got through the X-ray.
thank you to the Pacific Coliseum
Oh my
staff
gosh, it was
because
amazing.
that being your first rodeo, I'm
You did
sure
awesome.
was
And the Cobb salads were really good
oh
too.
yeah.
Thank you for the healthy option.
Okay,
Okay, yeah,
we'll get
yeah.
there. We'll get there.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
trying to go in chronological.
Okay, okay. So we got the sign in. The sign came in.
So then
Now we're trying to figure out. Oh, okay.
no,
No,
no.
we
So
did this.
we get through the doors and we go beeline straight in. And then who is standing there? Julia Takari. I'm like, what? Like they just shouted us out on Jocks and Jills. I'm like, what is this life we're living now that we just get to see all these people and it's so amazing. So anyway, long story short, we got to hug her. We got to say hi. She complimented my lashes. FYI, Julia, if you're listening to
They're
this,
fake.
well, she knew they were fake,
Oh,
but like
yeah.
they're just like cheap, like I call them drugstore lashes. Like I don't do anything fancy. They're just like, like the line stick on. If you need lash recommendations, just hit me up. I'm
She's
here
got
for it.
drag queen tips.
I do. That's why I say I learned how to do all my makeup tips are from drag queens. Because if anybody needs to know how to cover stuff up, it's a drag queen. Anyway, long story short, we got, we stood there for a while, saw fans, people came up to us, said
Bugs' family came
yeah,
back
Bugs'
up.
family came back up. We got pictures with them with the big heads.
The little big
Met
heads.
her, yeah, the little big heads.
Met her
Met her mom and
brothers.
dad. Yeah, sister, brother, and girlfriend. It was just great. It was so much fun to just, get to meet everybody, see everybody. And so then we're like, okay, we want to go down for warm-ups because this is our ritual is that we like to go down and watch the team warm up. So I was like, okay, which end is
Trying to figure it out.
the warm-up side? Which side is the one that the team's shooting twice at? And no.
So we got at the half wall because the netting is there, and we're like, well, maybe we'll get a puck. I know we're adults, and pucks, even if they had thrown us one, probably
So our
person.
rule is that if there is a child standing around us and we get something, we are giving it to that child. Like we are not keeping anything if there's a child present. If there's no children present, I will keep something. I'm not above it. I'm just saying, like, if there's a child present, I am not gonna ever be the person that's gonna get something. So
Yeah.
okay.
And so we stood there at the half wall.
Yeah.
And then I went over to the bench. So I'm like, okay, are we on the right
That's not
side?
true. No, this isn't true. So Patty went up to the bathroom. Patty's like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta pee. So I was like, okay, go. And then so Brian and I and Brian's family are standing there and we're just, oh, sorry. Clink, Brian. So then we're just hanging out and these two little girls come up and we got our friendship bracelets. We got them in kid sizes too. And honestly,
thank you, NHL friendship
yes,
bracelets.
thank you, Aaliyah, for our bracelets. They were such a hit. And so we were able, I was like, oh, like, I was like, here, like, let me give you these friendship bracelets because I was like, they may be too small. If they're too small for you, let me know because I know the kids' ones are small. And the mom started talking to me and she's like, oh, this is Daniel Serdachny's family. And I was like, what? Like, it was her cousin and I think like some children that belong, I don't know, didn't get the whole familial connection, but they were good family friends. And so they got to go, I was like, she was like, no, no.
I missed this. I was in the
Yeah,
bathroom.
she was in the bathroom, and so like they were walking around where the net was. And I was like, no, no, come to the side where there is no net, because then they can toss stuff over. She's like, oh, that's a good tip. I was like, you're welcome. Anyway, so then I'm like, it's like,
Where's my
10
question?
minutes. I'm like, where is Patty?
I just had to make sure because if we were on the end that Vancouver was warming up, I was going to be very sad because all the spaces were going to be taken. So I made my way over to the bench because I wanted to make sure, and I talked to a nice woman there, met two nice people, Cody and Lisa.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Vancouver fans that were willing actually to give their seats because they had to leave in the middle of the game for an animal emergency, and
Hmm.
they were like, "Oh yeah, you guys can come down and sit in our seats, like right behind the bench."
Totally could have sat right on
Oh
the
my
right
goodness.
at the tunnel.
Anyway,
But yeah, so then I found out it was the Torrent
yeah,
bench, and there were Brownie was there on her pregame, and Sir Dackney came out, and
Bucky.
Bucky was there, and yeah, the trainers and the equipment
Equipment
managers
manager.
were there, and I got in like the front row on the tunnel, which is where I sat in the Ducks games all the time,
Yeah.
and so I'm like,
That was part of
I'm
her pregame ritual was
yeah,
to go to the tunnel. And so just so everyone knows who's not here in Seattle, at Climate Pledge, you cannot get to the tunnel. You can't get behind the bench unless you have
unless you have tickets
tickets that are
there.
there because of the way that they let you into that section
Very
is
sad.
through a restaurant like at the top of the section. So you can't even get to that section unless you have tickets there. So we've never gotten, even like to get to the Ducks where the Ducks come through when they're playing the Kraken, like we've never been able to do that at CPA. So we're hoping maybe
They changed that up.
something might change, but we're
Maybe
not
we're not
hopeful.
holding our breath.
Yeah, no. Anyway,
So,
so we
but
got to
once
do
I
that
got
here.
there, I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not moving. I'm
Well,
like,
and
babe,
yeah.
babe.
So then I see Patty over there by the bench. She's like, "Come over, come over." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I like, I said, I was giving out friendship bracelets to all the little kids that were standing at the glass, which was super fun, and I'm glad that we got to do that. And then I walked around, and then came over to the bench, and then we got to say hi to Brownie, and got to.
Bugs' parents came
Yeah,
back.
Bugs's parents were there. Her brother was there, and then the team got out on the ice. So the team got out on the ice to start warming up, and then there was a group of girls, like were six little girls that were standing on the bench
Yeah.
just to watch warm-ups. And we were trying to get the trainer's attention because I'm like, can I give them friendship bracelets? And the trainer was like, yeah. And she was like, wait, me? No. I'm like, no, for the little girls. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. So we hand them to her, and she's like, do you have any more? And I was like, I have adult sizes, of course. And so we ended up
Give
giving
them all of them.
all the equipment manager trainers friendship bracelets as well. So anyway, it was really fun.
It
It
was
was a good
so
time.
much fun.
It was a good
High
time. Yeah, we
five
got to
when they're
high five
coming
the
in and
team and
coming
yeah.
out, gloves. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I'm so sad that we're not going to be able to do that every game
Yeah, I
at
mean,
Climate
we're hoping
Pledge.
that maybe there's something that changes at CPA, but as
Yeah.
of right now, that is not an option for us at CPA
Yeah.
because our tickets are at we're sitting
At the
at
end,
the end because we like to sit at the end.
right, where the torrent shoot twice because we're offensive girls.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
So
going to talk about hockey
I
at
was
some
like,
point.
well, we are talking about hockey. That was the whole pregame. So just, yes, once we get into this and we start doing the same thing every game, we won't talk about this ad
Yeah,
nauseum like
but this
this.
was it was just so much
It
fun.
was.
And not we'll never be able to recreate that first game. This is our
Mm-mm.
first game. And the first game for the Torrent, our first game,
Yeah.
and it was just such a surreal experience and such a high. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I could go on and on,
It was great.
obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, so then we climb up to our seats, which actually I will say there's probably not a bad seat in that house. It was really, even though we sat up in the upper bowl, we sat in the front of the upper bowl, they were not bad seats. We could see everything. You didn't feel like you were super far away from the ice. So, I mean, kudos to, Pacific Coliseum. The way it's built. I felt like probably every seat in that house is probably a pretty good seat. There probably
Yeah.
wasn't a bad seat. So then the game started.
Oh my gosh.
And we did, just the whole, announcing of the team. And it was really funny because Patty turned to me, she's like, they're not going to announce our team. I'm like, I know, we'll get that next week at our home opener. But anyway, but they got to announce. And I said this a couple times during the game, being there and hearing all those, I mean, there's 15,000 people there. Hearing all those fans, it was phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even have any other words. It was phenomenal. It was electrifying, even cheering for the away team because we were sitting around a bunch of Seattle fans, so it was not hard to cheer for our team.
Mm-mm.
But it was, yeah, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So okay, so then the game started.
Game started and we're hungry. I had to go get us dinner.
Oh, that's
So
right.
I did. I watched the puck drop and pre-game ceremonies
Yeah.
and did our my whole routine there. The person they had dropping the puck was amazing. All the Vancouver people that were out, the women's representation and the culmination that brought this about, the message from Billie Jean King, it was just amazing. And today's Billie Jean King's
Oh
birthday.
yeah,
It's
happy
just like
birthday, Billie
happy
Jean.
birthday,
Well,
Billie.
it's gonna be 2 days
Yeah, it's gonna
when
be two
this
days,
comes
but
out. But anyway,
yeah,
that's okay. Happy birthday, late
yeah,
birthday now.
yeah. So it was incredible. Can't wait to see our own. But
Yeah.
I clapped and clapped and clapped
Oh
for
yeah,
Vancouver because we love Vancouver.
that's right.
These are our besties,
Yeah, I won't be
and
cheering for Vancouver when they're not playing Seattle.
exactly, exactly. So the game was awesome. Our first goal. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, so okay, so yeah, puck drop. Patty went and got food and shopping and all this stuff. Anyway, so she came. Well, actually, got food first and then came
Yeah.
back. And so yeah, we shout out to Pacific Coliseum for giving healthy options because we like to eat a little healthier than I think most hockey fans. Maybe not, but we do. So we were excited that there was salad options, which there were, and it was good and it was totally satisfying.
Very
So
good.
yeah, shout out. But then yeah, so then we scored our first goal. Like it was, you could talk about it. 'Cause we watched the replay like 100 times, but it
Yeah.
was a really like, what did you say, 3 rebounds?
It was a third try. I love that our first goal was on the third, like on the second
And
rebound,
it was
third
Silly
try.
Gosling. For
It
those
was
that don't
Gosling.
know, yeah, Gosling, yeah.
Amazing and just really hard work at the net. And I love the tenacity of that's our first goal. I just think it's indicative of our season to come and our mentality on the ice. I honestly love, I mean, their first goal was, there was no traffic and went straight, it was straight in.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I didn't, maybe it was tipped, but it didn't
No,
look like
unassisted. It
it
was
was, yeah, it
unassisted.
was unassisted. And I
So their first goal was by Sarah Nurse. For those in our, so I'll shout out the stats for us. So like Julie Gosling, the first goal for the whole game was at 14:40. So it was almost, I mean, it was a good chunk into the
yeah,
first period.
yeah,
And yeah, it was the third rebound. But then the second goal came, that was only 3 minutes later at 17:41.
yeah.
And that was Sarah Nurse and it was unassisted. And of course, like Sarah Nurse is one of their star players. So that was, I mean, the crowd went insane
Yeah.
when she scored.
They
So
they
yeah,
really did.
yeah.
Yeah. But I just like the juxtaposition of that. Like ours was the third bang,
Yeah,
and all the puck support and the team play and the teamwork that went into our first goal. And like theirs was unassisted, like by yourself. All
it,
like I don't know.
it was a good shot. I'm not,
It was a good
yeah,
shot,
it
and
was a good shot.
it was a good goal, and everything was fine. I just like the story of ours a little better.
Of course you do. And I do want to say that like we were definitely getting outshot at that point.
Mhm.
So, oh, it was only 28-27 full game. I didn't look to see what
But
the
there were
shots on
points where
goal.
we were getting outshot.
Oh, no,
And
no, no, there
Vancouver
were.
needed to make
She
a
was
bigger shot board, shots on goal, because it was
Oh
really
yeah, it was really hard to see shots on
easy to
goal
see.
on the Jumbotron. I will say
Mhm.
that. I mean, for old eyes, and I always joke because when I wear my contacts, I said this to everybody last night. I cannot see my phone because I can't. Okay, gosh, I'm gonna make myself. I wear progressive lenses, so I've got distance and
It's
I
not
know
something to
stop
think of.
distance and close up in my eyeglasses. But when I wear contacts, they're only distance because I don't do the monovision yet. So I can't really see my phone much when have my contacts in because it's hard. Anyway, but I was mad because I'm like my distance vision is normally excellent in my contacts, and I couldn't see the
Yeah,
shots on goal. It was really small. So
yeah.
one maybe one thing for them to take note of is if you could just make the shots on goal just a little bit bigger for us on this scoreboard. So,
Yeah.
okay, so that was the first period.
Ended
Oh, no,
2-1.
no,
Oh, we have one
no,
more
no, one
goal.
more goal.
Yeah.
Julie Gosling,
Gosling's second goal.
yes, with an assist by Hillary Knight,
Yeah.
and that was at 19:04, so almost in the last minute of the first period.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we ended the first period up. I mean, obviously, so we're on a high. We're
Yeah.
feeling really good.
Yeah.
And then you were gone.
I was gone. I went to get merch for our friends.
Yes, our
Okay.
friends, our Vancouver friends. We got some merch for our Vancouver friends that couldn't be there last night. So, Cameron, you're gonna have a package coming to you here pretty soon, just so you know. So, um,
Do it.
no, absolutely. So yeah, so she was gone, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're missing so much of this game. Get your butt back here.
And
But
my
then
friend came to visit in
oh,
the
that's
first
true. The first
intermission. I
intermission,
went
yeah.
down. I'm like, oh, there'll be no line at the merchandise. I was
No,
wrong. The line was so
yeah, it
long.
was really long.
It was really long,
Yeah,
and which is good. Good for them
yeah.
for selling more
No,
merch.
yeah.
But I miss my friend came to visit in the
No, it was
Boston
funny because
mission.
I was standing in the aisle talking to Brian. Ugh, man, we're gonna have to stop saying Brian's name. Anyway, I was talking to Brian, and so Jane is our friend's name, and she's my friend too, but she knows Patty very well. She comes walking upstairs and she says my name, and it took me like 3 seconds to like connect,
To connect
like
those
who
dots.
that was that knew me. Because I mean, not that I'm saying like, oh, everybody knows who we are, but like I knew a lot of people listened to the podcast were there, and I was
Thank
like,
you, fans. People
oh
came
yeah,
up to us left and right. Love
yeah,
your podcast. Love your podcast. It was
yeah, it was
really,
fun.
yeah,
It
it
was
was a
fun.
lot of fun.
But it was just funny. So I was like, "Oh, that's Jane, like our like our in real life friend Jane." I
Yeah.
was like, "Jane." And so we had a chance to talk, and I was texting with Patty. I'm like, "Where are you? Like when are you coming back?" And then
So
anyway, so long story short, the second period happened, and the second period it was fun, it was exciting, no
no
scoring.
scoring, but still very exciting. There doesn't have to be scoring all the
No,
time.
and I think again, like shout out Corrine Schroeder, like she did an amazing job. I felt like we were getting outshot at one point. Obviously, like the final stats doesn't show we got outshot as badly as it felt like at one point, but I just felt like left, right, and center she was saving. And not, I mean,
You
Emrys
did a great
Mashmeyer
job.
was doing
Oh
amazing too. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I think both our goalies were working hard last night, because it was just an all around game. But in the second period is when Teralova got hurt.
yeah. That was
So
significant.
it
I
was
didn't think.
significant and no one's really talking about it. So that's, we have questions here.
Hmm.
So Aneta
We
Teralova,
watched the hit on
yeah,
the
on the
playback.
replay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Aneta Teralova got hit and it looks like she opened up her hips and got hit like straight on and maybe on the right side of her body.
and they reviewed it, called it a good hit. No penalty was called,
Right.
but
But then she had to be taken off the ice by two
yeah,
people
no
and
weight
no
on
weight
her
on her
right
right foot.
at all.
But then she was back in the
Yeah.
third period and not, or maybe only back in the second period. I
You
don't
just saw her on
remember.
the ice, and
We
you
just
saw
don't.
right away, and you're like, "That's
I
Charlotte."
was
I'm
like
like, "No,
number
it's
two. I
not."
was like Tara Love is back on the ice because we were talking about it in our group chat. We were like,
Hmm.
because we weren't sitting like right next to each other, but anyway, we're talking about it on text, and I was like, no, she's on the ice right now, and they were like, everyone was like, what?
What?
What? She's on the ice? And I
Yeah.
was like,
Because Nurse got hurt, and she came back. And we're like, "Okay."
okay,
And then
but she was holding
Nurse
her
came back.
arm or
She
something.
was a little
Yeah.
bit, but when she came back on, I'm like, "Tara Lova's not coming back," and Megan
Mhm.
was like, "I know, I
I
know."
was like, hopefully she'll be back this season. That's
Yeah,
what I said. I'm like, hopefully that wasn't a season-ending injury, but
yeah.
anyway, so I mean, I haven't seen anything about injured reserves. So tomorrow I think I'm just gonna say yes, I'm gonna go. But tomorrow there's a media availability and an open practice to media. So I might go tomorrow and maybe see if I can find out how she's doing and if there's any reports on injury for her. So anyway,
It's the first I'm hearing of that
I know. Sorry,
decision.
guys. I'm springing that on my wife. We had talked about me going. It's not like I'm springing that on you. I just hadn't made a decision. Because Sunday's normally family day with the kiddos, so it's I don't normally leave to go, but I think I might go just for a little while. Anyway, whatever. We're having a
But then our friend
welcome
said,
to
well, maybe
Married
she came back out
Podcast.
just to test to see
Yeah.
how it went, and she came out on skate and was like, "No, it can't," and came off and didn't play any of the third. So,
Okay. Anything else we can talk about second period?
no, second period. I
I
mean,
think other than that, I mean, there wasn't any
Bugs'
scoring.
penalties. Was that the first and second?
Okay, let's get to penalties. So first period, no, Wilgren and Bugs both got so Wilgren got a hooking 2 minute
An illegal
in the
body check.
first and then yes, Bugs got an illegal body check 2 minute in the first. And then the second, bad girl Brownie, shout out Brownie.
Megan got a
I did
picture
I
of
did get a
her.
picture. Ava beat me to posting it to social media, but she got the front angle because I was to the side of you,
Mm,
Brownie, if you're listening. She got the front angle, the bad girl Brownie. But yeah, I was like, oh, I've got a bad girl Brownie picture. Ha ha ha. So anyway, so yeah. Brownie did get a interference 2 minute in the second.
yeah,
So I think besides that, I think that's everything for the second period.
yeah. And
So
then third period, they came out and tied it up quick.
immediately,
Yeah,
like within
a minute in.
59 seconds in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Gabby Rosenthal. Um
Hmm.
and then it was tied. Oh, alarm going off.
Yeah.
Um
Other Zoom.
anyway, so then it was tied. It was tied for
Most of the
almost 15
third.
minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we scored. Bilka scored, and that one was a that one was originally called off. Like
Yeah. They said
that
no
they said
goal.
no goal, and we're all like,
It was a goal.
I saw the
Even Drunk Steve next to us was
drunk
like, that's
Steve,
a goal. Like, we know
Vancouver
Steve's
fan
from
drunk
Vancouver.
Steve.
I don't know that his name was
And
Steve.
we have no idea what his name was. He was intoxicated and he was very loud.
He was
Um,
definitely enjoying the $5 beer
It
night.
was $25. Anyway, so they called it no goal and then they reviewed it. And it's funny. So this is when I started getting I started getting, my phone was blowing up. People were texting me, people were messaging us. We just saw you on the broadcast. So we were the Sarah and Brand are friends now
I
that
had so much fun talking
yes, we
stuff
had
and
fun with them.
answering
They were
questions.
sitting in
I
front of
love
us
it.
and they were asking questions, which is what we said, please ask questions because they're pretty new hockey fans. So we're like, ask us questions. And it was funny because when I saw the picture, it was like, oh, we were standing up, like explaining to them what was going on because they're like, what's going on? Why isn't that a goal? Da 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 da. So then we waited around for
The
for the
announcement for
announcement.
them to finally look at it and say, yes, it was a
And
goal.
then what did you say
Bilka
about
banked it off the goaltender,
yeah,
Mashmeyer.
yeah. So what did you say about the ref pointed in the wrong direction?
Oh yeah, the ref was a little, I don't know. The ref pointed at the stats bench
Yeah.
when he should be pointed at center ice because you point at center ice when it's a goal. A little, it was just a little different thing, but
Yes.
yeah.
So
But
then Bilka banked it off of Mashmeyer. That's what happened. It was a goal. So they finally called a goal. Then we got on broadcast a second time when we were all cheering. That was like the whole section though, because I think
yeah,
Ava was down front, like she was to the side of us anyway.
yeah,
So we all got on camera that time, which was cool.
yeah,
It was fun that we got on the broadcast since we were away.
yeah. And then they tied it up late.
And then they tied it up with, yeah, 2 minutes left in the third. And
Oh,
that
that
was
Thompson?
Thompson,
Yeah,
Claire Thompson, scored that one.
their
So
alternate captain.
yes. And so, no, is that their alternate captain?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. No,
Patti
no, no.
Meagan.
You know, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, so game tied. So then we were like, okay,
Bonus hockey.
bonus hockey. It's like, here we go, bonus hockey. And I was feeling good at that point. I'm like, we're gonna pull this. Like, I mean, obviously, until they scored their last goal, I thought, oh, we're gonna win this thing. I was like, we just have to hold out. We're gonna win this thing. But yeah, so then yeah, went into overtime and then Abby Maureen scored at a minute 36. And
Yeah.
so yeah,
It was a great
it
game.
was a great game. When the crowd erupted when they won, again, electric. Was I sitting there kind of sad? And yeah, Patty was
Gonna save my little hearing.
ear plugging her ears because her hearing's bad anyway. But it was exciting. Like I said, it wasn't like I wasn't like, oh, we lost, but I was like, the fact that 15,000 people sold out barn, women's hockey inaugural two expansion teams inaugural game. I was
Good for
soaking
them.
I was soaking that in at that
Yeah.
moment. I wasn't feeling bad about us or ourselves
Yeah.
because our team, yes,
Good for them.
our team played an amazing game. We were very competitive. We did not get outplayed other than the last goal. Like,
They didn't lead the entire game.
no.
I mean, we went back and forth, but we
Mm.
scored ahead. We went ahead every time.
Yeah.
And so they led for zero part of the game.
Yeah. And there
And
was an interference. That was when there was an interference.
in the third.
Penalty. McQuigg got
Yeah.
an interference in the third. But
Yeah.
that was the last.
And we got it. Oh my gosh, that shorthanded breakaway by Mariah Keppel.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. And that's really
Yeah.
funny because when we had Keppel on the show, she's like, "No, I'm a stay-at-home D, like da 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 da." And I'm like, "Girl, you are not staying at home if you're doing a breakaway."
It
So
was
yeah,
it was
no,
yeah, very
it's
cool. And
fun.
got us face off, shorthanded face off.
Yeah,
I am not I'm excited for
yeah,
this year, this season.
yeah. They played really well. I think like final thoughts on the game for me is that they played really really well. And so we just we were outmatched in overtime
Yeah.
just by one goal. Like, and that's okay because I think that means that us declaring that we're going to be 1 and 2 this year, one way or the other. Like, I don't think that that's far off. I think we have very competitive teams. Granted, we haven't played anybody else but each other at this point, but next week we're gonna start comparing ourselves to the rest of the league. So
Yeah.
we'll see. So anyway, so on the way out, were there any stories on the way out? I mean, we saw the Terror Twins again, gave them
Yeah.
hugs,
Yeah.
gave Avery hugs. Everybody said goodbye to everybody. Got back on the bus and came
Bus
home.
ride home, got a little sleep.
Yeah,
Not
slept
a-
for, about an hour.
Yeah.
And then, then we had, and so what, not that people didn't have a little drive from KCI, but we live like an hour from KCI. So like for us, it was like, okay, get off the bus, now get in the car and drive home
Yeah.
for an hour. And then, yeah, we just fell in bed. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, what a great day.
Oh my gosh, epic.
Just
Oh, the one person we didn't shout out that we met was Ash in Motion. I
Oh
forgot about
yeah.
it. We saw her down at the bench when we were at pregame.
Right.
So she's on. I see her mostly on TikTok. She is on Instagram too, but she's a Vancouver fan and just like a mega fan. She's a hockey player, like a
Plays.
rec league hockey player. Super fun, super personable. We were like, you should come down for a game in Seattle, and she's like, yeah, I will. And so anyway, shout out to Ash in Motion too.
Yeah.
I think that's. Is that ever?
I
I'm sorry if I
think
missed
we-
anybody that we met.
I mean, yeah, there was I mean, We met I don't remember the fans that we met.
Yeah.
Because there was a handful of them.
Yeah.
But to say that they're each name, but it just please say hi if you
Yeah.
see us and recognize us because we love it.
We
We love to
enjoy,
say hi.
yeah, we enjoy just connecting with people in general. So for us, it's like that's what we always say, like say hi to us. And I get it. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it feels weird to say hi to you. I'm like, just please say hi to us. Like we just want to connect with not just with our with fans of the team. Like,
Yeah.
who cares about if you listen to our show or not? I don't care.
Yeah.
But just, connect with us as fans of the team because that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do.
Section 7.
Yeah.
Black
So, okay. So
comes to mind.
final things about in this episode that we're going to talk about. So Friday is our home opener at Climate Pledge Arena. It starts at 1 p.m. We are getting close to sold out. So I know there are upper bowl tickets available still. I know there's resale tickets on the lower bowl, but they're going for a pretty penny if you want to pay that much money, more power to you. But I know upper bowl tickets are still available and reasonably priced. So please, 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 if you have not thought about coming to the game and can come to the game, come to the game. I would love to sell out. I would love to beat Vancouver for a number of people at their home opener. Even if we don't sell out, we have a potential of beating them because we have more seats at Climate Pledge than they do. But anyway, we are so excited for home opener. We will be there. We're at the back of section 7 on the, if you're facing the rink, we're on the right hand side. So just, come say hi to us. You probably won't be able to miss us. Although it'll be a little harder because we'll be in a sea of Seattle jerseys, whereas at the Vancouver game, we were in a sea of Vancouver jerseys, so it's a lot easier to see us.
I mean, even when I went to get the merch, they were like, "Oh, you're really bold coming up here in your Seattle jersey buying this merch." I'm like, "Hey, I got friends.
We've got friends in Vancouver, absolutely." So, okay, what final thoughts?
Final thoughts were just epic. What an epic day.
Yeah.
And it would have been nice to win, but even still, good for you, Vancouver.
Yeah.
And way to win at home. And that's such a good feeling. And, no hard feelings at all. I mean, there's a rivalry and it's on, but we love you.
Yeah.
And congratulations. And can't wait to play you again.
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be a little while, but we're excited. So excited for our home opener on Friday night. Can't wait. Minnesota Frost will be in town. Can't wait to see everybody. Or Friday afternoon, not night. I'm sorry. Friday at 1 p.m. Can't wait to see everybody. Come say hi. Come to our section. Come ask us questions. Whatever. We have some friendship bracelets. We gave a lot of friendship bracelets away. We have some friendship bracelets. We'd love to trade friendship bracelets with you. I think that's it. It was epic. I'm excited about the season. Go hockey.
Hockey's fun.
Hockey is fun.
So fun.
Hockey is so fun. Yep.
You're welcome.
Thank you, babe. Okay, guys. Next week will be another game recap because we'll be going over our home opener game, which I'm sure we will have an epic story to tell about that as well. But excited about the season to come. So gloves off, Seattle.
Gloves off, Seattle.
That's right.
Bye.
Bye. And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.